Hi everyone, today's video is called Keto Constipation, Nemechek Protocol for the Win. So the Nemechek Protocol is something that I came into knowing about through my wellness consultation practice. I have a lot of clients who are into all sorts of natural healing modalities. And about a year ago, I had like one client after the next telling me, raving about the Nemechek Protocol. The Nemechek Protocol has its roots in the autism community. Dr. Nemechek developed this protocol, and you can find this anywhere on Google, for his special needs kids, patients. And so some of these kids had autism, some of them had sensory processing disorder, tics, all sorts of things, right? Learning disabilities, whatever, you name it. And he found that these 3 items were helping them with not only their gastrointestinal issues such as constipation, but it was also helping with them for them cognitively and emotionally. And so I had clients coming to me and telling me like they had their kids on this protocol and oh my gosh, this, that, and the other happened. And I was like, wow, so I got these things in my house to use for my family whenever we feel that we need them. So let's get started on what these items are. The first one is Inulin. Inulin is a prebiotic fiber. Here's the one that I ordered. And I got this, I think I got this right from Amazon. I'll put a link below. So if you're on the ketogenic diet, you're probably concerned about carbs. This basically has 0 net carbs because this is all dietary fiber. Inulin is good it's a prebiotic. So basically what that means is it's going to allow your digestive system to grow the number of good bacteria that you already have in your digestive tract. You can use it with or without a probiotic. The true Nemechek protocol is to not use a probiotic because the probiotics for some sensitive children can actually make some of their issues worse, but for adults it might be just fine to do both. So there is this, I do want to give a suggestion with this. When you use it, so this is a powder, you might be able to get it in capsule form. I'm actually really not sure. But I bought this because my kids don't swallow pills yet, and when I give them their vitamins, every once in a while I'll give them some of this if I feel they need it, and I'll give them like a little scoop of it and mix it with their powder vitamins. So what I would do is start with like a 1/4 teaspoon. You don't want to start too high because you could have some sort of detox symptoms, which could be like diarrhea or something. It could be anything. And also it clumps. So if you get powder and you mix it, like let's say you pour it into a little bit of juice or some kind of liquid and you're going to drink it that way. If you just pour the powder in the juice, it's going to clump. So you have to either pour it very slowly, like kind of shake a little bit at a time in there while you're kind of, mixing it in. Or you can add it to some other powder. Let's say you're taking like a magnesium supplement that comes in a powder form. You could mix it in with your magnesium powder. Magnesium actually happens to clump too, so it works out really well. I've done this a couple times. I mixed the inulin and the magnesium powder together, mix it, disperse it, and then when you add the liquid, it doesn't clump. So that worked out really great. So just know that it clumps if you don't disperse it. You can also use it in baking. I think, I haven't done that yet and I'm thinking about doing it. I would add it to your dry ingredients, mix them all together before you pour your wet ingredients in there, or pour those into your wet ingredients. Yeah, I would start with about a 1/4 tablespoon, and then you could work your way up to a teaspoon or more. You could talk to your doctor about what's the best for you, but that's what I would do. Okay, so the second item on the Nemechek protocol is, and you're gonna be like, this is so simple. Fish oil. All of these ingredients are so simple. And this is the one I get, Nordic Naturals. This is mine. My kids have like smaller capsules that have like a strawberry flavor, so they can literally just chew them. So this has 1 gram of fat per capsule. So it actually contributes to your fat content for the day because people in the ketogenic diet have to be getting those fat grams. This is going to help reduce inflammation too. This is a very good supplement for the ketogenic diet, not only as part of the Nemechek protocol, but in general, because when you're doing the ketogenic diet, you're eating a lot of proteins, which can contribute a lot of omega-6s to your diet, and you want to balance those out with omega-3s. You don't want to have too much omega-6 and too little omega-3s. There needs to be a balance there. So this will help you to get your omega-3s. It'll bring down inflammation. It's also been known to be good for depression and cognitive function. So this is a great supplement in general. You can follow the package instructions for dosing. I personally don't take this every day. I don't need it really, but I do take it because I'm not a big fish eater. Even though I'm on this diet and I should be, I'm just not, especially those fatty fishes, not my thing. Okay, so the third item is olive oil. Now, this is a very good brand. This is actually the brand that most people on the Nemechek protocol use. And this is the brand that most people use for the fish oil as well, so know that. Because you want a clean fish oil. You don't want something with a bunch of heavy metals. This brand was tested and it was found that it is pure olive oil. There are some olive oils on the market, many, that mix in other oils with their oil. This was found to be pure, so I highly recommend a pure olive oil. You know, like when giving to kids, you can either pour it on like their hamburger or something. I've given it to my kids in like little dosage cups because my kids don't eat salads. But you know, as an adult doing the ketogenic diet, you can just pour this on your salad. You know, 1 to 2 teaspoons a day is great. So that is something that you can do as well. One thing you should know with olive oil is don't cook with olive oil because it does turn into an oxidant and it can oxidize and cause inflammation in your body. It's better to cook with avocado oil. This has a higher smoke point and it remains a healthy fat even though it's cooked. You can also cook with macadamia nut oil. I'm allergic to nuts, so I don't do that. And you can also cook with ghee, which I do sometimes, or butter. You know, I'm dairy free, so I don't use butter, but I use ghee because it doesn't have the casein and the whey in it. So I have 2 bonus things I wanted to throw at you guys about constipation. But first I'm going to tell you about our sponsor today, which is my wellness consultation practice. I practice homeopathy, so I employ a lot of modalities. I mean, sometimes I'll suggest, you know, Inulin. Sometimes I'll suggest the full Nemechek protocol to people. Sometimes I'll suggest nutritional changes, dietary changes. Sometimes I'll suggest, I mean, anything. I'll tell people, hey, you need to go to a chiropractor for that problem, you know? So I suggest a lot of things, but the bulk of my protocol that I give each person individually is homeopathic remedies. And today I'm going to read a testimonial, a recent testimonial from one of my happy clients. So this is a young child who has autism, and his mom told me about the cognitive, emotional, and physical gains that the child was getting in the first few months. So she said there were more words, more communication, he's answering more questions, and he's asking more questions such as, what are you doing? Eye contact is better, he's more engaged, and the school said he's doing really well. The emotional improvements are, she says, that were phenomenal. No fights to get ready for school, hasn't had an aggressive meltdown, not growling at his sisters. When his cousin gets him upset, he doesn't hit him, he just tells him he wants him to go home. He's playing more with his sisters, he's letting his mom cut his hair and cut his nails, which is new. He can self-calm better, he's more affectionate with the dog. He got very sad about his truck being missing, but they were able to talk about it and then get to the school bus on time. She said that was something that's new. Impulsivity has been better, not getting into stuff like a toddler like he used to do. And he seems better after school, not having meltdowns after school. So those, funny enough, sometimes the emotional improvements with kids are the biggest thing, because when you can calm a child down and help them regulate their emotions, the whole house changes and mom gains her sanity back. And then physical improvements, the blinking tic is gone, she said. The noise sensitivity has been better. He went on a tractor ride and did fine. She said that was surprising. He's writing more at school, so his fine motor skills seem better. He's using a fork. He's catching the ball better. So this was a really profound changes in this case. A lot of times this level of changes can take, I don't know, 6 months to a year or more. In this particular case, it happened in a more condensed time frame. which was really nice. And you know, with some of these kids, if we catch them early enough and we can help them regulate their emotions, they can learn. You know, kids are sponges and they absorb everything, so they can learn very quickly the skills that they may have missed, or the cognitive, you know, they can catch up on cognitive gains and stuff like that. So this was a really nice case to work on. So that's an example of some of the gains that you can get working with me as your wellness consultant. All right, so the tips for the constipation on the ketogenic diet are stay hydrated, and especially in the beginning, you're gonna find yourself needing more electrolytes. I like to drink this fruit punch plus potassium from Whole Foods, and I also occasionally take this calcium magnesium supplement. It also has a little bit of potassium in it, but not much. And in this one, in this potassium drink, I will put Himalayan salt in it because it doesn't have a lot of sodium. So when you are on a very low carb diet, or even a low carb diet, you're losing water, which means you're also losing electrolytes and minerals. So they have to be replaced, especially in the beginning when you're having that rapid weight loss. A lot of that beginning rapid weight loss is water and electrolytes. And it's really important to make sure that you at least have this on hand, so that if you feel like you're dragging or even like shaky, I experienced that a few times. I got dizzy and got shaky one time, and I thought I was like low on glucose, but that wasn't it. It was my electrolytes. I needed that. And then another item is the Squatty Potty. So let me know in the comments if you've ever used the Squatty Potty. I'm about to get very personal here, okay? This is the Squatty Potty. That's what it looks like when you're sitting on the Squatty Potty. I'm not gonna demonstrate it. Thought about it, not gonna do it. So this wraps around your toilet, right? Your feet go right here. This was sent to me from the company, the Squatty Potty company. They wanted me to try it so that I could affiliate with them and suggest it to my clients and things like that. And at the time I did not have a constipation problem. I just am not one of those people that has a problem going. And so I was like, what am I gonna do with this? But I tried it. And what I found, I tried it for a few days, and what I found is that, well, I went from going once a day to going twice a day, which I like, because then I'm never full of it, if you know what I mean. I always feel comfortable, you know. And then I also noticed that like I can poop on demand. Like if I'm about to go out to dinner and I haven't gone that day, and I know that like I'm gonna be out to dinner and I'm gonna get uncomfortable, I can like sit and put my feet in that position and it makes me go. Like it like triggers a bowel movement, even if you don't really have to go, if that makes any sense. So I actually use that. I've had it for several years, at least 3, 4 years, 5 years maybe. I use it all the time, even though I don't have a problem going. I love it. And my son uses it because he shares the bathroom with me. My other son doesn't use it. He's not interested. But yeah, I love it. And when I started the ketogenic diet, yes, people who start the ketogenic diet, they experience constipation. And that did happen to me, but it wasn't, I don't know if it was true constipation. I was only going once a day as opposed to 2 now, even with the Squatty Potty. And for me, after being able to go twice a day for 5 years, that was uncomfortable. So yeah, I kept using that, and I worked on some of these things like the Inulin and things like that, and that did help. And over time, I'm back to regular bowel movements. Actually, I'm on week 7 right now. It's literally like in the past 5 days that I'm back to regular bowel movements. So I think my body just had to adapt to the new percentages of macros that were coming into my system, and it's doing just fine now. So links for these items will be in the description. If you guys enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you're interested in watching my lives, click the notification button, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.